All right, well, hello everyone. My name is Madeline Kinnaird, and I'm very excited to talk about my project Gerrymander. So a little bit of background about myself. Up until this point, I've only been self-taught. So this program was a really impactful and cool experience to learn more about development. So what is gerrymandering? There is a lot to unpack there. From a very, very high level, it's the deliberate manipulation of district boundaries to favor either a certain political party or group. And the reason this is important because a lot of times it will suppress underrepresented communities and have major electoral impact. So as you can see here, some examples, you can see all of them have the same number of blue and red squares, but the way that the lines are drawn affect the outcomes. So in one situation, blue wins, and another red wins. So for the purpose of this project and also for the rest of the presentation, I'm going to refer to gerrymanderedness through a Gerrymander Index or score. This is just a way to simplify it and to quantify that measure. Ways that this was found was through the efficiency gap, which is basically the number of votes wasted in the election. Geographical compactness, number of districts. It's found that if there's less than 6 districts in a state, the likelihood of gerrymandering goes down significantly. Who currently controls certain districts in combination with what entity has the redistricting control. So Gerrymandr Concept. Gerrymander is a Tinder-styled educational game about gerrymandering. So the idea is that a lot of people don't really know what gerrymandering is. It's kind of just a funny word you heard in 8th grade social studies and forgot about. But there are major impacts today. And so the actual origination of the idea, I read an article about how people on online dating are more likely to match with people of similar face shapes. And also the same day, I think I read an article about different district shapes. And I was like, oh, this is kind of like, could be a funny overlap and could be a fun project to bring to this program. So what I used a lot of Python, SQLite to store the data, Flask for the web framework, HTML, CSS to make it pretty, and then a little bit of JavaScript for the swipe function. So the two main displays that the user will see, it'll have the district image with the district, a little bit of the district information, a way to swipe right or left, and then it will, when you guess the correct gerrymanderedness, there'll be the famous "It's a Match" logo with a little blurb about why that was gerrymandered, the score, and just a couple other pieces of information. So a little bit of a live demo. As you can see, there's basically a random district that's displayed. The user will either click yes or no, it will swipe, it'll give the information, and then there's also a score at the top. Originally, I wanted to add a super-like function for different court litigation involved in certain districts. But for the scope of this project, I kept it to this, because like I said, this was all very new to me, and I wanted to make sure I got through it all. What I learned a lot. Like I said, this was my first time really going through a project the whole way through. So everything technical that I talked about, the different things that I used, those were all very new and things that I was able to learn. So I'll speak more in the abstract. The things that I did, like different online courses, were really helpful, but they're very self-contained. And I felt like the different hack nights or different projects I wanted to get involved in or different teams, I kind of always felt like there was a gap. So this experience really gave me a safe space to ask dumb questions and have time to thoroughly go into what's happening, why code is doing something that it's doing, and just have that room to build confidence. So I'd say that's probably the biggest thing that I learned from this experience, is being able to take that confidence and hopefully maybe do some more iterations of this or join in some different groups and some different hack nights. So with that, thank you to my lovely mentor. She has been so patient and willing to meet with me and help through different problems and all the adjectives, and then to ChiPy for putting this all together, because it was a really, really good experience. So thank you.